Okay, hi everybody. Chodesh Novarach. Here we are in the beginning of the month of Adar, which we say in Hebrew, Mishel Nichnas Adar Marvim Simcha, which means that when the month of Adar comes in, that we have to increase our joy of Torah, joy of serving Hashem Kodesh Baruch Hu, and joy of being Jewish in a kosher way. This parsha speaks about Truma. Truma means donation or contributions. Kodesh Baruch Hu, and Hashem wants to the Jewish people to build a Mishkan in the desert, he asked for everybody to make a contribution. But the wording is very awkward. It says, Tikuli Truma, meaning take for me Truma. Can you give God anything? What does it mean? You should say that you should give Truma. What do you mean take for me? So, our sages explain very different explanations, but one of the main explanations that come about that speaks to us, perhaps in our generation, that when a person contributes, he's actually taking for himself. And the following story will explain the matter a little more clearly. This story happened, I heard this from Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi in one of his shiurim, one of his lectures, that about 30 years ago, when a lot of the Russian Jewry were coming out after the fall of the wall over there, the curtain wall, the iron wall, all the Jewish people, they started immigrating to America. A lot of them coming out of communist Russia, they weren't so educated as they are today, so they didn't know what to do, where to go. A lot of them didn't have a lot of money, so the family came to New York, and after discussing with a lot of friends that were already in New York, they wanted to send their daughter to a seminary, to a Jewish school, to get Jewish education. They heard how bad public school is and the education that they get. So they wanted to make sure that their daughter at least will go in the right direction and get the right education. But the problem was that they didn't have enough money. So they searched around and they found out there's a Russian organization that has nothing to do with religion. But whoever is coming out of Russia, all these immigrants that are coming out and they want to come to America, they help them out. Every family adopts somebody who wants to send their kids to school, not necessarily a Jewish school, whatever school they want. They'll contribute. So there was a very rich millionaire, a Russian millionaire, that they tried to set him up that this person should contribute for this family's daughter. And he agreed. He sent his own kids to public school, but he agreed. You want to take the money? Take the money. I'll give it monthly. For 16 years, month in and month out, he gave $1,000. I did the calculation. It came out $192,000. And he basically gave. He didn't even know who the family is. Okay, so that's what happened. After 16 years, this girl, Baruch Hashem, now she's a very observant girl, going in the right ways of Jewish character. Now it's time for her to get married. So she's looking for, she's going out on different dates to get married. So one time she was in the library trying to get a book. And this girl walks up to her. And she wasn't near her modesty level. When you compare it to this girl, they weren't really different ball games. But she still came up to her, and she said, "Look, I think I have somebody for you for a date." So she looked at her. She's like, "No, there's no offense. I like you as a person, but I don't think what you want to offer me is in the same style that I want to go to. I went to a Jewish school. I learned a lot of, Torah, to be observant. It doesn't seem from the eye's point of view that it's..." She's like, no, don't worry about it. Don't look at me like this. I have a brother who also is religious like you. He went to a Jewish school, and it could be that it's a good match. Why do you care? Let's go out. Let them go out. Okay. He said, here's my rabbi's number. Have his rabbi call my rabbi, and we could set up a date. So they did that, and Baruch Hashem, they hit it off. He's good for her, she's good for him. They're looking for the right things in life to make a nice Jewish home according to the Torah. And he got to the level that they agreed that they want to get married. Now the parents have to meet. So the guys, the girl's parents, they order a taxi. They drive up to this person's house, which happened to be a multimillionaire. And they walk in, and they couldn't believe it. They found out after discussing the different things that they were discussing, that the man, the father of this boy, was about to marry this girl is none other than the guy who was sending $1,000 check for this girl for 16 years. So it's just tikuli truma. When we're giving sadaqah, charity donations, we think that we're doing the other guy a favor. But we should think double, and triple how much we're doing ourselves a favor. And in the end, everything comes back to ourselves. Tikuli truma. When it comes to giving, give. Don't worry about what's going to happen. The money's giving, not giving. It's all going to come back to you anyway. It's going to come back much more. Might take a few years, few months, but eventually we get the point. Shabbat shalom.